knowledge on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee. I have my beautiful bear mug this morning, and as I'm running a little bit late as I start, I haven't looked at any of the cards yet. I have asked for the guide that is the most appropriate, the most loving, and the easiest for me to channel to come through this morning with some information for us that will help us move through the rest of this week and through the rest of this year. We are close to the end of this crazy year. Lots of changes, lots of shift, lots of weird stuff. So, the breath map card for today says, listening to our breath is like listening to the ocean. We ourselves become the invitation. Let it have its way. The simple act of listening to our breath is a movement to wakefulness. Breathing up, hear the words, I awaken. Breathing out, hear the words more and more. And now is the time in the world when we are needed. We need to awaken to all aspects of who we are, to all of the power that we have in this world. I'm going to take off my throw because I don't need it. So good morning. The Flower of Life card, which is very gentle, is knowing. Our knowing is very gentle, and so often we will discount it, we will ignore it, we will decide that it isn't valid for us at this point. So let's see what the Flower of Life cards have to say about knowing. Within you reside great treasures, vast reserves of strength, courage, wisdom, compassion, and love. Open your heart and acknowledge your treasures that live within, for this calls forth infinite treasures from out there. You have so much worth. Listen to that again. You have so much worth. Listen to the whispers from your heart, for maybe it's time to create the life your soul has been nudging you toward. Become aware and sense your body. Connect deeply with your breathing. Imagine you become your breath as it moves into its own natural rhythm. Allow thoughts to float by in your mind. There is no need to connect to them. Just feel all being as it is. Open your heart and feel into the very being of you. Move through your day and night in the presence of your knowing. So we've got awakening and knowing. That's certainly where our awakening begins. It is in our knowing. And again, we trust everything but us in many, many cases. And the truth is, trusting us is where the gold is. And that's really what I help people do, is awaken to their truth and their power and the power of intention in this life. So we are nothing but energy here. So awakening to that truth then awakens us to lots of possibilities. I'm going to have a sip. The truth is, that's my first sip this morning. All right, so it's time to awaken. It is time to own our knowing, to start working with it, start trusting it and using it. Grace and gratitude. One of the most powerful change agents we have within ourselves is the power of gratitude. It is an incredible alchemistic type of energy, because when we really focus on what is good and right in our life, that begins to expand and things shift. There are times in all our lives when it seems like there's really not much good at all, and what keeps happening over and over is more difficult, more hard, more angst. And so now is the time to choose to shift the energy that is surrounding us through grace and gratitude. Give other people grace. You know, the majority probably out there right now is in a state of reaction, fear, division, angst, anger, pain, loneliness, and everyone reacts out of wherever they are. It has nothing to do with you. When you really own that, you can give people grace for their shortcomings, for their attack on you, for whatever that looks like. Man holding a heart. I gotta say, this is my least favorite card in this deck, mainly because he looks like a romance novel man, the Prince Charming that's going to save you. But the truth is, this is a masculine energy that we are helping to focus on their heart aspect. You know, the masculine energy is very much a do, take action, take hold of things, make things different. The feminine energy is receiving the guidance about and the creation of what we want. The two combined are powerful. Helping the masculine in your life become aware of their heart space, live more from their heart, and that's going to happen, more easily when you are in a greater state of gratitude, especially if your life, your partner is not what you thought it was going to be, does not maybe seem like they are the one for you. And most certainly, this is someone that you could continue to live with. If you're in a partnership with someone that is abusive and hateful and totally down on you all the time, then indeed, I would recommend you leave. No one needs that. That is not something you want to grow in your life. But if you're in a partnership with a masculine energy, this is not necessarily a man, who is not tuning into their heart, who doesn't really understand their own wonderfulness, their own power in this world, then shifting your energy will help open them up to the aspects that you embrace now, the understanding that we create our lives with the energy we put out. We are bringing to us what we think about most, and we are in partnership here with Creator to learn and grow, awaken, and open to our power. So work on yourself. It is time for you to awaken to who you truly are, the possibilities that you have within you, just in the power of your human attention. My beautiful bear mug is what I'm drinking out of. I got this in a little town about 3 hours, 2.5 hours away, where I did a wedding in March or May. I think it was May 2020. It was such a glorious experience, and this always reminds me of that and gives me, that's what I love about mugs, is they bring me back to certain things or who gave them to me or whatever. It is a way to get me back to places of or times of happiness, wonderful joy, adventure, and that wedding was certainly that. Know that there is always more than what you are seeing on the surface. Just like the iceberg, there's way more beneath your surface. There's way more to be gleaned and pulled forward into the world through you so that you can share it with the world. You know, that one of the old sayings, well, there's nothing new under the sun. While that's true, how you bring things through your filter is going to be very different than how I bring things through mine. So thinking to yourself, well, I don't really have anything to offer the world, anything that anybody else hasn't already brought through. I'm nothing special. There's not really anything about me that people need to see, hear, or listen to. That is absolutely not true, because when information that you learn, in fact, yesterday I was listening to this video about how to create structured water and why you would want to do that. I have heard that before, but not in a way that this woman brought it through and made it. And you know, and the other aspect is that I was in a place ready to hear it today, to take it into my life. So know that there is way more to you than you even know, and start owning all that is good in your life. Start being willing, open, and ready to receive the guidance that is going to move you forward and closer to your path as to why you came. Deceit in reverse. This is a time where you can exercise some trust, and this is really about you. This reading is a very personally oriented reading. You no longer have to worry about the deceit that has maybe occurred to you. Is this true? Can I believe this? Can I trust this? Can I trust them? That time is over. Go to your knowing, go to your heart space with every question you have, And know that when you ask, it is answered immediately, usually in your mind, and then we go, oh, I made that up. That is where self-trust starts. That's where awakening begins, to really trust that you can get the guidance you are asking for. Because now the deceit is gone. It is clear path forward to who you are, what you want to do, what you get to bring into this world. Now is the time for you to awaken, because when you do, there is just some awesome blessings waiting for you, and blessings that you get to bring into the world. You are an amazing, amazing energy force, and it is now time for you to awaken to that. Got a program coming up that is going to help more of you do that, open up to your truth, and create more of what you want in this life. Allow the truth of your power, your insights, your guidance to come through for the world, and your light to shine even brighter in the presence of the darkness that threatens to overtake but cannot. Everything that is playing out in this chaotic, crazy, out there world is as it's supposed to be. Does that mean it's going to be easy? No, that does not. It means that it is going to be something you can walk through in greater peace when you understand that all of this breakdown had to happen for the build up to occur. It couldn't happen any other way. We have to have our focus on something. We've got to be really shaken up in order to begin to rebuild. It's like the earthquake, that then we clear the rubble out and we rebuild on. The blessings are there and waiting. Own that. Choose that. Know that they are there for you, not everybody else only. And when you are in the flow, things go much more smoothly. When you stop resisting your awakening with those self-defeating thoughts, the mean girl things that come through, that is when you really begin to expand and know that you have something to come through. I have a friend who is an amazing intuitive artist, and through the years we have figured out that she does healing through her art. She communicates what's going on with that person through her art. And she really had no idea that that's what she was doing. She would just bring these things through, and most of the time they were for her. And as we started working together and she started drawing while I was working with another gal, she had a whole aspect come through for that person that was nothing like what I was bringing through, or what the other gal was bringing through. And so when you are willing, open, and ready to receive guidance and understanding and new awarenesses, like structured water. Again, I've heard that before, but I never heard it like this woman brought it through, and it never resonated with me in the way it did. It's not new, but for me, it's a whole new aspect to bring into my life. So if she had gone, well, people have already heard this before, I wouldn't have received it. I would not have been in that. Well, I couldn't have received it because she wouldn't have brought it through. But she brought it through at a time that I was ready to receive it and ready to understand more about it. So know that is what we are here doing now. This is a time of great awakening. Let go of the fear. I'm open, willing, and ready. I don't even know how that looks, because there's so much fear being dumped on us daily, that you want to continually work with what is working in your life. What are you grateful for? What is good and right and working in your life? Because that changes your energy. Shadows come up. They need to come up in order to be looked at. Therefore, the possibilities of our learning and our growth, the difficult times, are for growth and expansion. That's what we're moving into for sure. So allow yourself to receive insights, guidance, and understanding, and allow yourself to do it with less seriousness, more playfulness. By the way, I'm wearing my troll Christmas earrings. These were my Aunt Dawn's, and she was crazy Aunt Dawn and fun. We had more laughter when we were with her. And when she passed, she had all these amazing earrings, and these are the ones I chose because they're festive, they're frivolous, they're lighthearted. I can be very heavy-hearted. I can be way more serious. I choose laughter. I choose to see ridiculous and laugh at myself, at situations. And sometimes it's gotten me in trouble because sometimes there's just these one-liners available about a ridiculous something, and everybody else doesn't always get my humor. So, we can really step on toes at times. We are human. Let that be okay. Apologize if you need to, but laugh when you can. Recognize that we all have things about us that are not easy, that are ridiculous. The less serious you take them, the less gravity and weight they carry in your life, and the less influence. Start focusing on what is good about you. Allow those things to come up. As you awaken, times can get very heavy because all these shadow things that we didn't really learn from yet get to come up for our perusal, to look at again, to learn, to grow from, and then to let go. Interesting, something just happened. It felt like a shake for the house, but not an earthquake shake. Anyway, have a wonderful next couple days. I will be back on Friday, and I hope you all can take in that the things that are happening are supposed to happen. It's going to be more uncomfortable. Again, we are giving birth. It is the third stage, the hardest part. We hold the light. We keep holding the understanding that all is moving forward and upward into 5D, but things have to crumble first, and they will be crumbling over these next few months, couple years probably of difficulty before we are in this new space we're moving towards. I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready. Make that your mantra. Be willing to receive and see what is coming towards you, because all those wonderful things, possibilities, and insights are going to come. But if you're not aware, you're going to miss them. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.